The next industrial revolution isn't about muscle, it's about the mind.
We're breaking in with a special report. The topic? Artificial intelligence and the massive shift it's causing in the global labor market, and it's happening right now. This isn't some far-off science fiction scenario anymore. It's today's economic reality. And if you've been feeling a little anxious about all this, you are definitely not alone. A Pew Research poll highlighted by the Brookings Institution makes it pretty clear. People are worried. This isn't just some background chatter. It's a real mainstream concern about what work is even going to look like when machines can think. And it turns out that anxiety is pretty well founded. The International Monetary Fund put a number to it, and that number is 40%. Just think about that. That's their estimate for the percentage of all jobs globally that are exposed to AI. 4 out of every 10 jobs could be changed in a fundamental way. So what makes this moment so different from what we've seen before? Well, we're in the middle of a totally new kind of revolution. This one doesn't target the factory floor, it targets the office. This time, it's coming for the cognitive worker. You see, when you think about past industrial revolutions, the steam engine, the assembly line, it was all about muscle. They automated physical strength, those repetitive manual tasks, and that had a huge impact on blue-collar work. But generative AI, it's a completely different ballgame. It automates complex cognitive tasks, things like writing, coding, analyzing data, even creative work. This revolution is aimed squarely at the world of the white-collar professional. Okay, so this brings us to the real heart of the issue, this central tension. We're seeing the destruction of old jobs and the creation of new ones, all happening at the same time. It's a great rebalancing, and it's going to be turbulent. And the World Economic Forum's forecast really shows you the incredible scale of this. They project that by 2025, automation is going to displace 85 million jobs. But, and this is a big but, it's also expected to create 97 million new roles. Now, at first glance, you think, great, that's a net gain of 12 million jobs. But the real story here is the churn. We're talking about a massive, massive transition where almost 100 million people might have to find totally new kinds of work that require completely new skills. And look, this isn't just some theoretical thing. We're already seeing really clear patterns. Jobs that are heavy on routine mental tasks, like proofreading, some lab analysis, entry-level legal work, they're at super high risk. And in their place, you see this huge surge in demand for people who can build, manage, and strategize around AI. People like AI specialists, data scientists, and digital transformation experts. But here's something really concerning that's starting to show up in the data. Recent analysis shows that companies have already cut back on hiring for entry-level jobs in these AI-exposed fields by 13%. And that threatens the whole career pipeline. I mean, think about it. How do you become a senior professional if the first few rungs of the career ladder are just gone? And all of this feeds into what economists are calling the barbell effect. The labor market is literally splitting in two. Picture a barbell. On one end, you've got these high-skill, high-wage jobs that are actually getting a boost from AI, becoming even more productive. On the other end, you have low-skill service jobs that are hard to automate. But the middle, the bar connecting them, those routine mid-wage careers, it's getting hollowed out. And that has huge implications for economic inequality. To really get a handle on where we're going, it helps to look back at where we've been. This isn't the first time technology has completely turned society upside down. In fact, a lot of researchers are saying this is the next great industrial revolution. They're calling it the fifth great transformation. It's a term that defines this 50-year period we're just now stepping into. It's all about the rise of artificial general intelligence. That's AGI, AI that can understand or learn pretty much any intellectual task a human can. And it's expected to reshape our economy and our society on the same scale as the steam engine or electricity. But here's the single biggest difference this time around. It's the speed, the sheer velocity of this change. I mean, just look at this timeline. It took electricity about 50 years to become widespread. The personal computer, maybe 30 years. Generative AI is projected to hit that same level of adoption in less than a decade. That gives all of us, workers, companies, governments, frighteningly little time to adapt. Okay, so the disruption is real. The speed is, frankly, unprecedented. The question now becomes, what on earth do we do about it? Let's turn from the problem to the path forward. This quote from JLL Research just nails it. Going forward, hybrid work will not be defined by where we work, but by who or what we work with. This reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? The future isn't about human versus machine. It's about human with machine. The new workplace is going to be defined by how well we can collaborate with our new AI colleagues. So, how do we actually do this? Well, the Brookings Institution has laid out a really practical three-part response. First, employers have to step up and invest in their people, reskilling them and actually redesigning jobs around this new human-AI collaboration. Second, workers need a voice at the table in how this technology gets rolled out. And third, public policy has to create better safety nets to help people through these transitions. The big takeaway here, the future isn't written in stone. It's all about the choices we're making right now. So what does this mean for you? For all of us as individuals, the strategy is pretty clear. You have to become a lifelong learner. It means focusing on those uniquely human skills that AI can't copy, like critical thinking and emotional intelligence. It means getting comfortable with data and AI so you can use these new tools. And finally, it means taking control of your own career and always being ready for what's next. And that brings us right back to the fundamental question, doesn't it? The race is on, technology is accelerating, and we're trying to adapt. The disruption is inevitable, but the outcome, whether it leads to shared prosperity for everyone or just deeper inequality, that part is a choice. So the only remaining question is, how will we choose to run it?
The race is on. How will you choose to run it?